Come to my party or die. Come to my party or die.
Nelson enthusiastically invited all of his classmates to his birthday party, but because of his long history of bullying, no one wanted to go. Bart came up with a plan. As long as everyone skipped the party that weekend, Nelson wouldn't be able to beat up all of them.
Hell no, we won't show!
Bart went home proudly bragging about organizing the resistance, but Marge overheard him. She believed it was wrong to isolate Nelson and insisted that Bart attend the party.
Hey!
Although Bart was reluctant, he was still forced to go. He muttered to himself that he'd say happy birthday and leave immediately. But Nelson had carefully prepared an amazing party and was even dressed in a very formal outfit. He happily welcomed Bart and reassured himself that the other classmates were probably just stuck in traffic.
Of course, that explains everything. Stupid Highway 88.
At that moment, the Spider-Man performer Nelson had hired began putting on a show. But after noticing that hardly anyone had shown up, he decided to leave on the spot.
Don't go. My party peeps are en route. I swear.
Seeing this, Bart couldn't bear it. He decided to stay and celebrate Nelson's birthday with him. The two ended up spending a genuinely fun afternoon together. The next day, Bart admitted the party was pretty good, but told Nelson it was a one-time thing. They were never going to be friends. But the moment Bart stepped onto the school bus, Nelson greeted him enthusiastically. He had even saved him a seat, the special seat reserved for a best friend. Bart was still afraid of Nelson, and things became even more awkward when Nelson gave him a gift. Bart hesitated and claimed that he needed to focus on studying and probably didn't have time for friendship. But as he backed away, he accidentally bumped into another school bully. The boy threw a punch at Bart.
Bart is my best friend now.
Nelson immediately stepped in to defend him. Bart quickly realized there were benefits to having Nelson on his side. Their relationship grew closer. They sat together on the rooftop, enjoying the view. Bart asked whether Nelson could try being a little less mean in the future. Nelson replied that it wasn't up to him. He was born that way. A shark can't stop swimming, he said. If it does, it'll suffocate.
Man, I never knew you were so deep.
Nelson pulled out a blue vest identical to his own and gave it to Bart. From that moment on, Bart got to enjoy all the privileges of being friends with the school bully. He used special shortcuts, went wherever he wanted, and basically did whatever he pleased.
So, Scotty, how do you like school? Closed!
Life was perfect.
But it didn't last long. Milhouse stopped Bart and invited him to go fly kites together. Unfortunately, Nelson witnessed the whole thing, and it made him furious. After flying kites, Bart rushed to Nelson's house, but he was already late for their plans. He lied and said he'd been at the supermarket. To his surprise, Nelson pulled out photographs from his camera and exposed the lie on the spot. Heartbroken that Bart had deceived him, Nelson smashed the camera in anger.
Look what you made me do.
Just as things were about to escalate, his mother's voice called out and stopped him.
Something in your eye, Mr. Mooch? Well, there's something in my eye, too.
The next day, Bart nervously arrived at school, only to find that Nelson had been waiting for him. Nelson grabbed Bart and dragged him into a locker.
I feel so bad about freaking out on you. It'll never happen again, I swear.
Okay.
Staring into Nelson's intimidating eyes, Bart was terrified. He gave up on their friendship, and Nelson reluctantly accepted it. After throwing out a few threats, he walked away. Later, Principal Skinner took the students on a trip to the beach. For safety reasons, everyone had to pair up with a partner.